The 2013 Ducati Multistrada 1200S Touring. The Ducati Multistrada 1200S Touring is equipped with anything it needs to be a perfect tourer. The bike features the innovative DSS Ducati Skyhook suspension, active suspension system, and comes with different equipment depending on specific usage. There are 3 configurations available: S Touring, S Pikes Peak and S Grandturismo. The bike also offers the possibility to select from a choice of 4 pre-set riding modes programmed to change the engine's performance according to your needs. These modifications are made using a series of innovative technologies such as the electronic ride-by-wire (RBW) system and Ducati's Traction Control system (DTC), which uses 8 levels of system interaction to enhance control by reducing wheel spin. The Ducati Multistrada 1200S Touring is propelled by an L twin-cylinder, 4-valve per cylinder, Desmodromic, dual-spark, liquid-cooled engine with a displacement of 1,198.4 cc and maximum power output of 150 horsepower. Hit the jump for more information on the Ducati Multistrada 1200S Touring. Overview. The new 1200S Touring expresses the Multistrada philosophy to perfection. Thanks to the new Ducati Skyhook suspension (DSS), the S Touring actively responds to the challenges thrown up by the terrain. Stylish panniers, heated grips and a practical center stand make it a bike that was born to travel. Concept. S Touring. Equipped with the active suspension system Ducati Skyhook suspension (DSS), the S Touring is specifically designed for touring. In terms of equipment level, the focus is on comfort and functionality. Center stand, heated grips and color-matched 58-liter side panniers come as standard equipment. Urban. As an urban environment often requires an even more user-friendly motorcycle, the urban riding mode instantly transforms the Multistrada 1200 into the most manageable, everyday transport. Power output is reduced to 100 horsepower, and the suspension, on the S versions, to a setting perfect for tackling the maze of city streets full of speed bumps and drain covers. Once again, DSS is also reconfigured to provide appropriate active management in this demanding environment. DTC is further enhanced to level 6 to provide high system intervention during the most chaotic of stop-start traffic and ABS to a city-oriented level 3 interaction for maximum confidence with lift-up detection active and combined braking optimized. Enduro riding mode. If adventure invites the Multistrada 1200 off the beaten track, it has the capability to take off-road routes in its stride. Agile and lightweight and with high, wide handlebars, serrated footrests and specially designed tires, the Multistrada also features an enduro riding mode which instantly produces a smooth 100 horsepower engine, immediately dials in an appropriate suspension setting on the S versions and reconfigures DSS to provide appropriate active management. The DTC system is reduced to level 2 for minimal intervention and ABS to an off-road oriented level 1 interaction for a low-grip terrain appropriate setting with lift-up detection deactivated and rear wheel ABS partially interrupted for controlled rear-end drifting. The S philosophy. The range-topping S versions of the Multistrada 1200 feature the innovative DSS Ducati Skyhook suspension, active suspension system and come with different equipment depending on specific usage. There are 3 configurations available: S Touring, S Pikes Peak and S Grandturismo. The S Touring is ideal for those who wish to travel in comfort and style, with spacious 58-liter side panniers, center stand and heated grips. The S Pikes Peak is the replica of the racing bike that won the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb Race, giving evidence of its amazing versatility on all terrains and confirming how the Multistrada shares the same racing DNA of all Ducati models. The S Grandturismo is the top-class tourer in the range. Derived from the Multistrada 1200S Touring, the S Grandturismo features a complete range of accessories to emphasize its long-range road touring vocation. Touring. The touring riding mode is also programmed to produce 150 horsepower, however, the power characteristics are designed in a touring configuration with a smoother, more user-friendly delivery. Active safety is enhanced by increasing DTC system intervention to level 5, specifically intended for an enjoyable and relaxing ride and ABS to a touring-oriented level 3 interaction for maximum confidence with lift-up detection active and combined braking optimized. On the S versions, the suspension automatically dials in a setup ideal for long-distance touring, ensuring maximum comfort for both the rider and passenger, and DSS again reconfigured to provide appropriate active management, even considering the amount of load onboard pre-programmed into the system by the rider. 4 bikes in 1. Ducati's 4 bikes in 1 concept is achieved by selecting from a choice of 4 pre-set riding modes programmed to instantly change the engine character and the riding parameters of the Multistrada 1200 even while riding. The 4 modes are made possible by combining a number of class-leading technologies. An electronic ride-by-wire (RBW) system administers different mappings to regulate power delivery by interpreting the rider's throttle input, while the world-beating Ducati Traction Control system (DTC) uses 8 levels of system interaction to enhance control by reducing wheel spin. For 2013, ABS is also programmed to offer the optimum setting appropriate to the riding mode selected, and, for the S versions, SAC's electronic suspension front and rear not only configures the suspension setup with riding mode appropriate electronic adjustment, but Ducati Skyhook suspension (DSS) now also instantly reacts to additional inputs to maintain overall vehicle composure for a smoother ride. Sport riding mode. The sport riding mode provides the rider with an adrenaline-fueled 150 horsepower ride with a sport-oriented throttle response and, on the S versions, an instant high-performance suspension setup with DSS reconfigured to provide appropriate active management in this mode. In character with its superbike heritage, the sport mode also changes the DTC system intervention to level 4 for expert riders and ABS to level 2 for a performance-oriented interaction with combined front-rear functions slightly reduced and lift-up detection deactivated for those whose comfort zone is a little closer to the limit. Engine. Overdrive. Gearbox and final drive ratio have been designed for fuel efficiency and increased comfort with less vibration. Oil sump guard. The motorcycle is very capable on unpaved country roads and compact off-road terrain. Off-road capability is ensured by long suspension travel and low weight and a robust, effective structural aluminium sump guard that protects the oil sump when riding over bumpy terrain. Service intervals every 24,000 kilometers. The new Multistrada 1200 has been designed for long-distance riding in all 4 riding modes. This is one of the reasons why cutting maintenance costs and time was a priority goal of the engineering project. Careful engineering and top-quality materials achieved amazing results. For example, valve clearances are adjusted every 24,000 kilometers, twice the mileage as the Testastrada Evoluzione, with great benefits for owners. This was made possible also by the improved combustion efficiency and lower operating temperatures of the new Testastrada 11° DS engine. The instrument panel includes a service reminder just in case sheer riding pleasure makes the rider forgetful of anything else. Testastrada 11DS. The Testastrada 11° engine was introduced on the Multistrada 1200 in 2010. Derived from the Superbike 1198 engine, it achieved brilliant results when valve overlap was reduced from 41°, typical of sport engines, to 11°, losing some peak power in favor of improved overall smoothness, especially in the mid-range. The new Multistrada family introduces the second generation of Testastrada 11° DS engines with several new features that make it even smoother and more tractable. Dual spark ignition (DS) uses 2 plugs per cylinder to ensure complete combustion in very short time. The fuel injectors have been relocated to aim the jet of fuel directly at the hotter rear end of the suction valve, so that all fuel is atomized. A secondary air system similar to that of the 1199 Panigale has been introduced to optimize operation and reduce cyclic combustion variability without affecting emissions. A controlled flow of fresh air is supplied to the exhaust duct to enable complete oxidization of hot unburnt gases, to effectively reduce hydrocarbon and carbon monoxide levels. With 150 horsepower power, 12.7 kgm, 124.5 Nm torque and 10% less consumption at 90 km per hour, the Testastrada 11° DS engine sets a new benchmark for Ducati twin-cylinder engines. Power modes. Ride-by-wire technology offers 3 different engine mappings with different torque and power delivery. 150 horsepower with sporty delivery, 150 horsepower with progressive delivery, 100 horsepower with progressive delivery. The structural characteristics of the new second-generation Multistrada 11° DS engine combined with ride-by-wire technology made it possible to achieve 4 bikes in one. Each riding mode has a preset engine mapping, but can be adjusted and customized to suit rider needs. For instance, a rider may change the progressive 150 horsepower output pre-set for the touring riding mode to the sporty 150 horsepower or the 100 horsepower output. Crankcase Vacuole technology. Weight reduction is a priority consideration also in the design of the new second-generation Multistrada 11° DS engine. Crankcases are vacuum die-cast using the Vacuole technology, ensuring maximum weight reduction, homogeneous wall thickness, and increased mechanical strength. Chassis. Bosch Brembo braking system. The front brake features Brembo radial calipers with 4 32mm pistons and 2 pads, radial cylinders with adjustable levers, and 2 320mm discs. The rear brake uses a single 245mm disc, 5mm thick, gripped by a Brembo caliper with a single 34mm piston. These components ensure benchmark-setting braking performance in the segment, as is typical with all Ducatis. The new Multistrada 1200 comes standard with the new latest generation Bosch 9ME ABS, for confident, effective braking under any grip conditions. The ABS can be switched off from the instrument panel and is switched on automatically upon next key on. Single-sided swinging arm. The single-sided swinging arm is maybe the most elegant, yet complex mechanical component of the new Multistrada 1200. It is chill-cast in a single piece with 4 bonded cores for a sleeker inboard contour, machined and paint-finished. The result is a beautifully sculpted, functional component that enhances the stylish design of the Multistrada 1200 and ensures superior roadworthiness. Lightweight components. Weight reduction is a priority consideration in the design of all Ducati motorcycles. Weight is indeed the primary consideration when you want to get the best riding performance and safety out of a vehicle. Other conditions being equal, a lighter bike will provide shorter braking distance, faster acceleration and require less steering effort. This is why each and every component has an essential design in which shape is dictated by function, obviously without compromising on strength and the load capacity of the motorcycle. As a result, the Multistrada 1200 weighs in at 194 kg s Pikes Peak version, and is the lightest road enduro, touring or sport touring bike in its market segment ever. Ergonomics. With long-distance touring ability ranking among its distinctive features, the Multistrada 1200 underwent an extensive ergonomic study using CAD and prototype testing to ensure superior comfort for rider and passenger, also when carrying a full load. Rider and passenger triangles have been designed to offer the utmost comfort and fit. There is ample space for riding two-up with top case and side panniers installed. To further enhance its multipurpose vocation, the Multistrada 1200's ergonomics were designed and tested to make it easy to ride standing up, a significant benefit when riding on bumpy terrain. Sachs Active Control Suspension. The current Multistrada 1200S versions are equipped with 48mm front fork and Sachs rear monoshock, both integrated with the Ducati Skyhook suspension (DSS) system. In addition to providing compression and rebound damping and rear suspension spring preload adjustment, either automatic adjustment integrated with the riding modes or customized through the onboard computer, the system is characterized by semi-active suspension adjusted continually to ensure perfect vehicle balance, so that the bike seems to run off the ground, gliding in the air. Suspension travel is longer 170 mm front and rear than is typical for road bikes. This makes for a comfort ride even when carrying a full load and allows to tackle off-road terrain in full safety. On the S versions, comfort is further enhanced by a DSS function that enables the rider to change setup conveniently and quickly to suit load conditions and type of trip, riding solo, rider and luggage, riding two-up or two-up with luggage. Seat. The Multistrada 1200 seat provides an instant feeling of comfort and stirs up your desire to ride. 2 independent seats for rider and passenger, designed with great attention to shape and foam density, ensure excellent comfort also on long trips and excellent ground reach. The passenger grab handle is ideally positioned with respect to seat top to provide ample grip space, good grip and an ergonomic position. Magnesium front subframe. The magnesium front subframe helps shed off some more weight and provides firm, stable support to front light unit, instrument panel and fairing. Its special construction has been designed to reduce weight up front and high up on the bike, so as to further improve riding control. Although this component is hidden from sight under the fairing, its design has been perfected down to the finest detail. Trellis frame. The frame features a trellis design up front with large diameter thin wall tubing, 2 central cast plates and 2 rear side elements made from welded tubing, closed by a rear load bearing component made from fiberglass reinforced engineering plastics. Equipment. Pirelli Scorpion Trail Tires. Pirelli has been involved in the project since its inception as a technical partner and co-designed the Pirelli Scorpion Trail tires specifically for the 4 bikes in 1 concept for the first Multistrada 1200. The Pirelli Scorpion Trail was the first on-off-road tire in the 190/55 size capable of ensuring unrivaled performance thanks also to a special tread pattern in which grooves do not extend to the outer edge, offering improved stability, steep lean angles worthy of a true sports bike and the mileage you would expect of a tourer. The new Multistrada 1200 is equipped with a rear tire that uses a new compound with latest generation components and ensures maximum traction under all weather conditions, as well as the ideal balance between effective performance and mileage. The result is a new generation sport off-road tire that matches the multipurpose concept of the bike perfectly. Ducati Traction Control (DTC). An integral part of the Ducati Safety Pack (DSP), the Ducati Traction Control system can be adjusted to 8 levels, 4 of which are integrated in the riding modes. It processes the inputs from the wheel speed sensors to control rear wheel slip, significantly improving performance and active safety. The system installed on the new Multistrada 1200 is retuned for a smoother intervention of the system, which now gives a higher priority to ignition delay. In case of wheel spin, the system reacts by delaying the ignition, up to a 60% torque reduction request. For higher torque reduction requests the injection is cut off. Each pre-set DTC level associated with the different riding modes can be customized by the rider and stored from the setup menu. Luggage system. The touring vocation of the S-Touring is enhanced by the 58-liter side panniers in matching color that blend in stylishly with the overall Multistrada 1200 design. Hands-free ignition. The Multistrada 1200 is actuated without a mechanical key. As the rider approaches the bike with the electronic key in his pocket, the system will recognize the key code within a 2-meter range and enable actuation. At this point, a simple press of the key-on button will switch on the panel, and then the rider can start the engine. The steering lock is electrically actuated. When parking the bike, it can be actuated by pressing the key-on button. The steering lock is released automatically at the next key-on. Storage compartments. The new Multistrada 1200 has been designed with the needs of customers with a dynamic lifestyle who appreciate the quality of detail. This is why it offers 2 storage compartments. The new Multistrada 1200 features a larger glove compartment with push-push lid up front in the right panel and a roomy, over 3-liter capacity, storage compartment under the passenger seat to store tool kit, owner's manual or other personal belongings. Bosch 9ME ABS. The new Multistrada 1200 family is equipped with the latest Bosch 9ME ABS, an integral part of the Ducati Safety Pack. This unrivaled combination of safety and braking power provides shorter stopping distances and greater stability under braking. 3 different settings integrated in the riding modes are available. Thanks to the same processor used to control the ABS on the Superbike 1199 Panigale, the new Multistrada 1200 now offers combined front and rear braking optimized for the urban and touring riding modes, which instantly adjusts to the riding conditions typically associated with the sport and enduro riding modes when a softer setup is preferable. The combined braking system uses 4 pressure sensors located in the master cylinders and in the braking circuits of front and rear calipers to analyze braking performance whenever the front brake is operated and applies controlled braking pressure at the rear end to increase stability. In certain riding modes, the 9ME ABS also performs an anti-lift-up function to guarantee optimal ground contact of the rear wheel. The system integrates perfectly with the riding modes and has 3 operation levels. Level 2, for the sport riding mode, ensures balanced front and rear braking, with less braking force at the rear and without rear wheel lift detection. Level 3 offers ideal combined braking in the touring and urban modes, with rear wheel lift detection for the utmost safety. Level 1 provides the utmost off-road performance, and rear wheel lift detection is disabled to allow for controlled rear wheel lock-up. Riders who wish to try out unassisted braking performance can disable the ABS from the instrument panel menu. The ABS will remain disabled at the next key on, and this setting can be stored for each riding mode. Ducati Safety Pack DSP. The Ducati Safety Pack DSP is offered standard throughout the new Multistrada 1200 range, giving evidence of how Ducati gives top priority to road safety. Designed to achieve superior control and active safety, the DSP includes Brembo's state-of-the-art 9ME ABS with 3 mappings and Ducati Traction Control (DTC) with 8 operation levels. 10-spoke sport wheel rims. The sporty character of the new Multistrada 1200 is enhanced by the black light alloy wheel rims that are the same 10-spoke design as those of the 1199 Panigale. Power outlets. The Multistrada 1200 has 2 12 volts power outlets, one on each side just below the rider's seat. They supply loads up to a total of 8A fused capacity, including heated riding gear, intercom or mobile battery chargers. The Garmin Navigator is supplied by a suitable connector in the front section of the panel. New LED headlights. The new Multistrada 1200's headlights feature redesigned style and function, with ample use of LED technology. The LED low beams can be turned on at the same time as the conventional high beams and significantly improve visibility and night vision. The new Multistrada models also sport restyled LED parking lights and hazard lights, which are turned on by keeping the left turn indicator button pressed for 3 seconds. Ducati Skyhook suspension (DSS). The Multistrada 1200S versions are equipped with 48mm front fork and Sachs rear monoshock, both integrated with the Ducati Skyhook suspension (DSS) system. This system is characterized by active suspension control, that automatically and continually adjusts damping to maintain a steady attitude regardless of road conditions, reduce the amount of vibration transferred to rider and passenger, and significantly improves riding comfort and stability. The name Skyhook describes the feel of the bike, which seems to be hooked up to the sky and immune to bumpy terrain. The DSS system processes the inputs from a number of sensors, vertical accelerometers located on sprung and unsprung components instantly, and adjusts compression and rebound damping according to selected riding mode so as to minimize the vertical motion caused by the road and maximize riding comfort and stability. In addition to controlling vertical motion on bumpy terrain, the DSS uses the inputs from the ride-by-wire system and the pressure sensors of the ABS to adjust damping continually so as to minimize load transfers during transition from braking to acceleration and deceleration, with great benefits in terms of dynamic performance. Rear suspension spring preload adjustment is integrated with the riding modes. The system enables the rider to select the different riding modes: sport, touring, urban and enduro, and to change setup conveniently and quickly to suit load conditions and type of trip: riding solo, rider and luggage, riding 2-up or 2-up with luggage. The DSS recognizes customized settings and retunes accordingly before starting interaction. Onboard computer. The onboard computer consists of 2 sections, a large high-visibility LCD with key indications and a round dot matrix LCD that displays different functions depending on whether the bike is stationary or moving. During operation, the onboard communicates continually with the other ECUs of the vehicle over a data communication line so that the customer is informed of any malfunctions and/or system problems, battery state, alarms, errors, etc. in real time. Adjustable windscreen. The new Multistrada 1200 is equipped with a larger windscreen, 18 mm taller and 43 mm wider, to offer superior wind protection. Windscreen height can be adjusted within a 60 mm range through a mechanism designed for easy single-hand operation even with the gloves on. Specifications. Quotes. CycleWorld – Skyhook is fully integrated with the selectable riding modes touring, sport, enduro and urban, and adjusting damping and rear preload is as simple as pushing a couple of buttons. in the correct sequence. It's not too difficult even if you're jet-lagged, overhung and over 40. The latest Bosch 9ME combined ABS is likewise fully integrated with the various riding modes, and now lets the rider lock the rear wheel in Enduro mode, among other things. It uses the same control unit as the Panigale. Motorcycle USA. At the end of the day, I was left impressed with the refined 2013 Ducati Multistrada 1200S Touring. I enjoyed the previous version, but was left with some gripes and wants. All of those criticisms, save the ABS off default for Enduro, are gone. We have posed questions about durability of Multistrada in a mixed-use environment, and we will have to answer them down the road. For now, I have nothing but positive recommendations for those riders looking for a do-it-all motorcycle with a soul that is unmatched in its segment, or lack thereof. Ducati set out to provide a better multi by keeping all of the character and passion, but making it more controllable and safe for every rider. I would say the Italians have a resounding success on their hands, and Ducati needs to commence back-padding immediately. Visor down. With the new 2013 model, you've got all the improvements you could realistically ask for compared to the old version. The engine is more refined, the traction control less blunt and less obvious, the ABS more advanced, and the small changes like the screen, progressive rear spring, comfier seat and LED lights are a definite step forward, and it doesn't cost any more than the old one. Motorstyle. Ducati did an amazing job converting its 1198cc Superbike V-twin into a much more streetable mill for use in the MTS and, later, the Diavel. Its key modification was reducing valve overlap from the high-pose Superbike's 41 degrees to just 11 degrees, hence its Testastrada 11 degrees nomenclature. However, fueling at low revs was a mite lumpy, especially in sport mode, so Ducati engineers made 3 key changes to create the new Testastrada 11 degrees DS. Telegraph. While we were reeling at how its electronic control system would modify the traction control, throttle response, peak horsepower and the suspension settings, Ducati was working on the next generation, and has moved the game on once more with its Skyhook semi-active suspension. This derives from the concept of the bike's electronics trying to maintain a stable chassis in relation to an imaginary datum point in the sky above.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.